All right, marching. We use a roll step technique here. It's super important that we get as smooth of a roll technique as possible. Otherwise, we might hear the bounciness in the sound or see bounciness in the color guard choreography that messes it up, or in the hands. So not only does it affect our visual score, but it can also affect our color guard score, music score, percussion score. So it's super important to marry those techniques. So we will always step off with the left foot first, unless told otherwise. So all of the odd counts will be the left, all of the even counts will be the right. So after you've marked time for 4, you've put that right foot down on 8, that right heel down. You're going to push off of the right ball of your foot and initiate that left step forward. Now, any foot that's coming forward comes forward with a straight leg, completely straight. So we're not doing a bend and snap, right? We are straight leg technique with the leg that's coming forward. The toes are up at a 90-degree angle, so you see that right there. And then the back leg is allowed to bend because you are using it to propel yourself forward. Okay, so the first count would look like this. And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1. Right, so everything is aligned here. So your weight should be evenly distributed between the heel of the front foot and the ball of the foot in the back. Now that's pretty hard to hold. Last year you might remember that when we had you hold there, we would enforce this front foot being up, but we didn't really clarify the back is actually pushing through already onto the next step. So we're going to do better this year, and we're going to make sure you do that. So as you roll through the next step, you're going to be rolling 1, E, you're pushing off, and it's coming through, so you're passing through this point with the leg. And these toes need to be prepped to pop back up again. So they were down. I'm going to go ahead and get them lifted, and this leg can still be bent until it passes this point, then it needs to straighten out immediately as I start to push off this back leg and come through for the step on count 2. All right, so I'll show you kind of slower so I can count through the E's and the U's so you can really see the roll technique through a couple of steps. So, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1 E, and 2 E, and 3 E, and 4. All right, so on 4, again, you should have noticed a little Y position basically that evenly distributes the front straight leg with the back bent leg. All right, at the end of marching, so once you get used to that roll step, sometimes we do what's called a close. All right, so after you've taken 8 steps, let's say we only want you to do 8 steps, then you need to close. You're going to bring that heel back to marry the other heel, kind of like we started at our position of attention. All right, so when you start at position of attention, by the way, we don't march with our toes turned out here. So you will actually have to turn them parallel as you're marching. So when you take that last step on 8, you're going to need to turn that toe back out so that when you close on 1, your heels are together but toes are apart. So I'll show you from about count 4 what it would look like when you roll close on 8 and 1. So you're here on 4, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1. So you're coming through on the and then you're just dropping that heel down and hitting the position of attention right on 1. So I'll show you from the side a full 8 counts plus closing on 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3,